Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. In today's news, there are 102 Smurfs in the village, including a teenager and a baby, but only one Smurfette. And the feminist movement would like to know, what's going on there? Down with the patriarchy. What's going on, everybody? It's Jake Johnson, Untethered Live, and joining me is my co-host, the Bandhammer.
Howdy, Untethered Live.
Howdy, howdy. How you doing?
I am good.
What's going on in your neck of the woods?
I'm freezing in here.
You're freezing in there. Well, it's hot in here. How do we have two climates in one house?
Because we're in two different rooms.
My coffee's nice and hot, though. That's always good.
Well, that's a good thing.
Appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Don't you want to have a cup with me? If so, get yourself a cup, go to the kitchen, pour yourself up a nice cupper, and let's get to talking about Smurfs and get Smurfy up in here. If you don't have a cup or coffee, you can get one in the description below. I recommend the first cup. It does have my face on it. We got stainless steel tumblers down there, big ones and little ones with locking lids. They got the Untethered Live Bible Study logo on the front and all the platforms on the back. And also, Cafe Bustelo, it's a good, señorita. Right down there, check it out. One other thing, like, subscribe, share, support, join, and super chats are available in the chat box if you'd like to show a little love. If you wanna, BJ. You can do that at CashApp, $JakeJohnsonBand, or PayPal.me/JakeJohnsonBand, and I do greatly appreciate your help. And the last thing, I said one other thing, but there's one more thing. Facebook.com/UntetheredLiveChillin'. The link is in the chat. It's a great place to hang out, share pictures, texts, videos, memes, and get to know each other on a personal level. There is a group chat over there. It's just us, nobody else. You can be reasonably sure that you're having a private conversation over there. And you can share whatever you want. And there's also videos over there that are...
Sure, the catch of the day.
Don't interrupt me.
I didn't mean to.
Now I don't know where I'm at.
Because share videos up there.
Nope, I already said that.
That's what you were saying. Videos, pictures, memes.
Anyway, moving on. Who's first in chat? Judy's first in chat. Judy says, hey, everybody. Hi, Judy. How are you? Nice to see you. She says, hi, Jake and Amanda. Hello. You get a gold star for being first in chat.
Here's your gold star, Judy. Hamburger helper hand, Judy. Hi, Untethered Live family. Good to see you.
Gamble.
No. Good to see you all. I hope everyone had a good week. TGIF. Yes. Hi, Jake. How are you tonight?
I'm fantastic. It's totally Greg infantilizing his females.
Alrighty then.
Isn't that what you said?
No, I said TGIF.
Totally Greg infantilizing females.
No, thank God it's Friday.
Oh, it could be that. Probably the other thing.
No.
Whatever.
It's Friday.
Yay. Yeah, I get to sleep. Oh, yeah. I forgot about that. That's nice. I like sleep.
Right?
I remember doing it fondly when I was a child.
Yeah, after a hitsy fit.
I know. Jesus Christ, I'm old.
I know. Now we beg to take one, huh?
Yeah, you couldn't put me down up until I was 35, maybe 40. After that, snoring every chance I get.
Imagine that.
It coincided with my hair laying down. I used to have an afro, kind of. It's everywhere. Couldn't control it, couldn't comb it, I just had to wear a hat. That's all I could do. And about the same time I lost my energy, my hair laid down and my eyebrows poked up. Whatever that is. Old man thing, I guess.
Yeah.
Judy says, good, Amanda. How about you?
I'm good. Glad this week is over. Thanks.
Why?
It's just been a long week.
Why?
I don't know.
Why?
It's like one thing after another.
Why?
Because it's been one thing after another this week.
Why?
Because that's the way the roulette wheel turns.
Because that's the way the cookie crumbles. Yes, it has been a hectic week for us both. Been a week of waste. A wasteful week. Week wastily.
You think you're getting ahead and boom. Nope,
it's
not
like
today.
It's like we're doing that dance, the two-step. Take 2 steps forward, 3 steps back. 1 step forward, 2 steps back. It's amazing. We're dancing with life.
At least your legs ain't hurting no more.
Yeah, they're finally starting to ease off. In case you don't know, I walked to town last week, which is about a 12-mile trip round. And I just realized on my way back, about 3/4 of the way back, I realized I'm 51 years old. I probably shouldn't be doing this. I didn't think about that until then. And my legs have not let me forget that this whole week.
Especially when you haven't built up to it.
Right. Well, when I was young, I used to just walk. I walked from Georgia to South Carolina once. I used to walk regularly from Lakeland to Bartow. You know where I lived in Lakeland, on Fish Hatchery Road, to Bartow every night to see a girl. Every night. That's what, 18 miles, something like that?
Something.
It's pretty close. I mean, it ain't quite 20 miles, I don't think. Every night I'd walk that. And back the next day. No problem. I'm not that guy anymore. I'm old and decrepit. Debbie's here. Hi, Debbie. Speaking of old and decrepit, no, I'm just kidding.
Oh, damn.
Segue. No, I'm just teasing. I'm teasing. You're obviously not. Debbie says hamburger helper hand.
Hamburger helper hand, Debbie.
By the way, there's the link to the page if anybody wants to check it out. I think I might have missed something. Hang on.
No, you didn't. You missed the link to the page.
Oh, that's what I missed. Okay. Judy says, good, Jake. I am me. You are correct. And Judy says, hey, Debbie. Bill Bennett's here. What's up, brother? Nice to see you. Bill says, hi, guys. I don't get notified when you're on anymore. I am still subscribed. Well, you should. I put out a notification at 6 o'clock. And it should be there from 6 to 8. When you go on to your phone or your computer and look where the subscribe button is, and right beside it is a bell icon, click that and make sure that bell says all and not anything else.
Sometimes you might have to unsubscribe and then resubscribe.
Yeah, don't do that.
Yes, it's not going to lose any count as long as he unsubscribes and immediately click the unsubscribe, unsubscribe, and resubscribe right back.
You are giving people bad advice.
No, I'm not. They were
not
talking about it
unsubscribe.
on YouTube the other day. I saw a video about it. YouTube is kicking people out, and it'll say you're subscribed and you're not. So if you unsubscribe and resubscribe, you're guaranteed to be subscribed.
Okay, well, just don't forget to do the other thing. I'd say don't play with fire, but if you're going to do it, make sure you do it back.
Yes, you do it immediately. You click unsubscribe and then resubscribe right away. And then make sure your bell is on all.
Playing with fire, you're going to get burned. But, Bill, I'm sorry you're not getting a notification. I do put them out. It isn't my fault. Amanda?
Hamburger helper hand, Bill.
Judy says, hey, Bill.
I might have to unsubscribe, then resubscribe, Bill.
Debbie says, speaking of old, really? You're out of the will now.
Oh, damn.
Oh, good gracious, honey. I didn't even know I was in the will.
And something else, Bill. If you've got your notifications turned off on your phone under YouTube, it won't give you a notification either on your phone.
There's a lot of buttons you have to push. I don't know much about it either, Bill. I know it's hectic to keep up with sometimes. Debbie, you're not old. I was just teasing you, honey. Put me back in the wheel, please. I'm desperate. Bill says the bell is on. The bell is on. The bell is on. Wait, that's the wrong song. Judy says, LOL, Debbie. Bill says, I stopped getting G notified. Well, I'm sorry. Again, I'm putting them out. Every show, I put it out at 6 o'clock.
Yeah, it won't go out till 8, though.
It goes out 30 minutes before.
Yeah, 8.
Yeah. But at 6 o'clock, it's prepared. That's
Yes.
what I'm saying. And I don't know if there's, I don't see that you're not blocked on my end in any way, shape, or form. Nope.
No, it's just a YouTube thing. But like I said, also, if he's on a phone and he has his notifications for YouTube turned off on his phone, he won't get a notification even if he does have all clicked.
Well, it may not be anything he's doing. It may be a glitch on YouTube side.
I would say it's probably YouTube. That's why I said unsubscribe and then immediately resubscribe, and then it's redone.
I know one thing. They sure like screwing with people. They do a lot of unnecessary things like ganking people's comments and things like that.
Yeah.
I really don't appreciate that. I work hard to get people to trust and speak their mind, and then they're going to go snatching people's comments. No. That's not very nice. Either you're a platform or you're not. You can't editorialize if you're a platform. You're not a private company. You are a platform that is a public utility. You've sold yourself as that from day one. You are the town square. That means everybody has a say. Stop censoring people. I know you little greedy hands can't help it, but stop it. We're not socialists, you trolls. I know you want us to be, but we're not that yet. If Mom Dummy becomes president, you can censor all you want. Until then, stop it.
Mom Dummy may not even finish his what's it called?
They're not very happy about him.
No, when he's not even fully in yet. He's got to do his oath of office or whatever, and he hasn't even done that yet.
There is a plethora of people explaining trickle-down economics to other people on videos that I've noticed coming out in the last couple of weeks. People are like, you know who he's going to... He says he's going to tax the rich, but the rich are leaving. So guess who that leaves? You. He's taxing you. That when your prices go up, I don't want to hear you bitching. Bill says, Meadow, my 11-year-old, got a ukulele for Christmas, and she can tune and play songs already. Has the gift. Now she wants an acoustic. Nice.
Nice.
All right, Meadow. I play a ukulele also. Very little, but I do play one. And that would be fantastic. If you need any help picking out a decent, cheap acoustic guitar, I'm your guy. Hit me up. Kami Mob Dami is evil. Kami Mob Dami. I hear you. He is a devil. He is a devil, not evil. An evil devil. He's evil, like the fruit of the devil. He's evil. Yes, I don't have long fingers, but pretend. Judy says, wow, cool, Bill. Yeah, that's exciting. It's exciting to know that a young person is interested in a instrument and is taking it seriously and practicing. That's fantastic. We don't have a lot of that anymore, Bill. Cherish it. Push her for all she's got.
Yeah, keep her interested in music. She won't get involved in other things she shouldn't be involved in.
It's a cruel mistress, music is, but it'll keep her out of trouble. She'll be busy with that and not doing other things. Amy's here. Hey, Amy. She says, I haven't eaten. I haven't had a break. No nicotine. Still have a few hours to go. I'm tired. I'm hungry. And I'm in a bad mood. Well, hello. Nice to see you. Welcome to the club.
Hamburger helper hand, Amy.
Sorry you're having a rough day, but we love you. And it will get better, I promise. The Lord will bless you. I promise you he will. Judy says, hey, Amy. And Bill says, Untethered chill stream. Just got a notification. First time in weeks. Speak of the devil. Or no, speak of the Jake.
Yeah, that should fix his lower third.
Oh.
Set it up at 6, but forgot about that, huh?
Yeah, because I've got too many things going on at once.
There you go.
It's either one or the other. I'm halfway that guy. Amy says 12-hour shift and not done yet. Yep, I remember doing those. That is a huge undertaking, but the payday is sweet. So you'll enjoy that paycheck. You won't enjoy getting it, but when you got it, you'll love it. I haven't even had time to pee today, says Amy. I'm sorry. Well, squat and push. That's what I do.
I'd be finding me a corner or something. Peeing between the dumpsters or something.
And Bill says, what a coincidence. I know, right? It's almost like they heard you talking to them. I swear I have somebody watching my show at YouTube.
They are.
There is somebody monitoring my shit.
They are, because all the butt-hurt people go and try to report you, so they come in and listen to the show.
Yep. But report me if you will. I'm telling the truth, buddy. If it becomes illegal to speak the truth, then you'll get me. But otherwise, I'm not doing anything wrong. But I'm glad you finally got your notification. Maybe the next one will come now. Maybe it will. Which will be tomorrow night, so check it out. Tomorrow night is politi-tics, and we will be talking politically.
Oh, yes.
Judy says, you don't say anything wrong, Jake. Thank you, Judy. I know, but they seem to think I do. They're definitely watching to make sure I don't, or waiting to see if I do, and that way they can pounce on me. I can't prove it because they work in mysterious ways. They have people that do this job. They monitor. But I definitely have somebody monitoring me because I've seen hints of it. Like on certain things we talk about. Only on certain things. It don't happen all the time. It's not consistent. Like one thing you could say today and get it removed, and tomorrow you could say it and it'll go right through. It's only when we're talking about certain things that they censor my chat. Or we'll go weeks and I'll have 50 viewers every show. Same people show up at every show. And then all of a sudden the floodgates will open and I'll have like 30 new people.
Mm-hmm.
That's not normal. That's not how a bell curve works. YouTube grows on a bell curve. Being there in proximity to people, somebody's going to click on my show. That's just how it works. It's just nature.
What aggravates me is censoring what we can and can't say in the chat.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
That's annoying.
Bill says that they did the phones are always listening and watching, and the truth will be silenced. No, it will
No,
not.
it won't. They'll try to.
They'll try, but they will not succeed. You can't kill an idea. You can hush my voice, but I can sell DVDs. I'm not stoppable. You can take down my YouTube channel. I'll figure out another way. That's why I'm on 11 other platforms. You can find me. And if they won't let me get on the internet, I'll sell DVDs by mail or something. I'll get out there one way or another. I'll go out in person and start doing keynote speaking if I have to. I'll go to Arizona and hook up with the alien people. They have a platform. Don't think I won't get out there. I'll go to Ancient Aliens and talk to the big hair guy.
Right.
I'll get noticed one way or another. All I'm trying to do is share God's word and have a good time in between sharing God's word. And maybe talk about something political every now and then. Just to show people that we can argue and not hate each other diametrically. That's one thing that this world, and they push it that way. The powers that be, the presidents and the schools and the people that shape societies have made it so that you can't have a gray area. You either are with somebody or you are against them. You either love them or you hate them. There is no in between. That's not the way it is. This country was founded on discourse. The reason that we are a great country is because we can talk. Because we don't resort to violence immediately. We discuss, we argue, we disagree. That's a very important part of our civilization, is talking. You need more ideas, not less. Bad ideas will be laughed out of stock. Good ideas will rise to the top. That's how it works. Bill says AI is watching. Yeah. Somebody is. Well, they can kiss my ass right where it looks like a fig. I am not shutting up. I will not censor myself. You can censor me. That's your job. It's not mine. Bill says, I've come to realize the world revolves around oil, liquid gold. Yet to some degree it does. It doesn't revolve around it, but it's a big player on the scene, for sure. Debbie says, I can kiss your ass too. You sure can.
Yeah, but you don't have to kiss it where it looks like a fig.
Right. She's like, my tongue has a point for a reason, Amanda. Amber, what's up, darling? She says, good evening, friends. Happy Red Friday. Well, what if it's purple? Patty Donahue's in the house. Hey, no ass kisses. Why not? A little ass kissing's nice. Just no brown nosing.
Hamburger Helper Hand, Patty and Amber.
Hi, Patty. Nice to see you. Welcome to the show. It's Jake Poino. It's a beautiful day in the world, everybody. It's a beautiful day to be alive.
Did anybody see the moon last night?
I saw it.
It was beautiful.
Was it doing something special?
It was big and orange and beautiful.
Big and orange and beautiful. I would stress that it was exactly the same size as it is tonight.
Well, it was close, so it looked big.
Patty says, hi, ladies. Judy says, hey, Patty and Amber. Nice to see y'all. I'm glad you could drop by. Have a cup with me. Talk about what the hell is going on in Smurf Village. Something's up in there. And don't tell me it's the wizard Gargamel.
Yeah, they was smurfing it.
They were smurfing something. What it is? What's up, brother? Nice to see you. He says, hello, Jake and Amanda, and to all in Untethered Live. What is the topic? Did you get the hog back up and running? Up and down, up and down, up and down. Yeah.
Right? Yeah. Again? It's broke again?
It's not broke. It just has a flat tire again.
Okay. It's broke again. Which
will be fixed tomorrow.
It's not rolling under its own power right now.
It will roll sideways.
Barely. With both of us pushing and pulling it.
If I want to go to the store that way, I can do it. Judy says, hey, what it is? And Amanda says, what it is?
Hamburger Helper Hand.
I basically just pissed away $50. That's all. Bought a brand new inner tube, put it in. The next day it was flat. Just what it is. I got to get another one. I have some old ones, though, I'm going to patch and put in there. That way, if they pop again, I can eliminate what may be causing it. I think there might be a burr in that tire or something. There's no holes in it. I checked. It's a good tire. It's basically brand new. It's only got like a couple of months on it, if that. I mean, it's a year old. I bought it a year or so ago, right before I got the truck. So I drove it for a little while, maybe a month or two, and then I got the truck, and then I parked the bike. So it's a brand new tire. I don't know what the problem is. Patch tire? Yeah, I got to. That's what I'm going to do tonight after the show. Amanda?
Hamburger Helper Hand, what it is?
Bill says patch tire. Rim bent? No, the rim's not bent.
No.
It just doesn't want to stay inflated.
He put it on and it sealed. It held for a whole day. He rode
3
it to
days.
work. Well, no.
It was 3 days.
No, because you rode it to work, and then when you come home that night or the next night, you said it was leaking.
It was leaking, and I put Fix-It-Flat in it, and it stayed for another day, and then I came home the next day. That's 3 days later, and then it was flat again as soon as I got home. What's the status on the vehicle? It's broke. Why are you asking?
Yeah, the truck
Are you a mechanic?
The truck is done.
I think it's the water pump or the timing chain or both.
It's deeper than that.
I don't think so. There's nothing else it could be. That's what it did. Either way, it's just a thing. Just a thing, and it's another thing to work on. Bill Bennett says, bad brake. What's wrong with the truck? It overheated, and then it stopped working.
And then it's aluminum heads, and it got super hot, super hot, and it probably warped the heads and messed up the crank and everything else.
It did not. The water pump went out. I'm pretty sure that's what it is. I'm 90% sure that's what it is.
I think it's something else.
Well, it could be the timing chain, but I don't think it is. Debbie says, you sure it's not the nut behind the wheel?
Probably.
That's what my wife keeps saying, but she would be wrong. And Bill says, oh, no. I mean, what it is says, oh, no. No, it's just, it was an old truck when we bought it, and things break. It's a machine. Machines break. You can't run them forever. None of them run forever. They all break. It's just a matter of when, and if you're broke or you live on a tight budget, it seems like the end of the world when it happens. That's all. It's nothing unusual. We had an especially bad winter, and it didn't like it.
And men don't typically baby their vehicles, and I baby my vehicle, so...
Well, you're perfect, and you will have one that will run forever, but you don't. So why are we having this discussion? Anything man-made is going to break, is what it is. Exactly.
Yeah, it's going to.
But it's my fault when it does.
No, just the difference is I wouldn't have been driving it with until it was fixed. That's the difference between me and you.
Well, the difference between me and you is I got to go to work. So I go to work. If there's a way to go, I'll take it. If there ain't a way to go, I'll walk. Timing chain won't make the temperature go up. It's the radiator or the thermostat or the head gasket. Yeah. No, it overheated, which caused whatever happened. It got cold, and it started leaking. And I didn't have the money to fix it immediately, so I was just pouring water in it and keeping it full. And then it started making a noise, and then it quit running. So it was either the water pump or the timing chain went out because of it overheating.
It started making the noise, progressively got worse over 2 days until it didn't start again.
Correct. But initially, the only problem was it was leaking water. And I think it was leaking water because the water pump was going bad. I think that's what started it. The cold weather kicked it in, and it just got worse until it quit. That's what I think the problem is. I don't know because I'm not a mechanic, but if I had my guess, that's what it would be. So a couple of weeks of working, and I'll save up, and we'll get a mechanic out here and have him look at it. And if it's worth fixing, we'll fix it. And if it ain't worth fixing, I'll sell it and go get me another one. It's effed, says Bill. It might be.
Exactly.
Debbie says, I bought a new car in 2008, and I still drive it. It still looks brand new. I do baby it, because there is no way I can afford another one. Well, I promise you, honey, it will eventually wear out. Now, I have done that before also. Bought a new car, or wasn't new. I bought a car and then drove it for 10, 15 years. It depends on when you buy it, how many miles are on it, and what have you. We bought it, that truck, out of a Facebook marketplace from a teenager who was clearly hot rodding it. Had bent wheels when we got it. He had just knocked the wheels off of it the day before we got it.
Because he hit a jack in the middle of the road in the dark.
That's what he said. He probably hit a curb. Anyway, it was an old truck to start with. It ran fine for an entire year, and then it had a problem. That's simple.
I had almost 300,000 miles on it when we bought it.
And it had almost 300,000 miles on it, which, if you know anything about cars, they're guaranteed to 100,000. Anything over that is like rolling the dice. You're lucky.
Yeah, it's a Ford, so and break in on a Ford is like 80,000, 60,000.
Right. It's not anything that anybody did wrong. It's just an old vehicle. That's all. And it is fixable. What kind of truck? It is a 2009 Explorer.
No, it's a 99 Explorer.
99 Explorer.
Eddie Bauer edition.
Yeah.
V6.
Amber says, I want a truck, not a car. If a car, then a Camaro. Right on, Amber.
Yeah, you want to pay the insurance behind it. I want a Camaro too, Amber.
What it is says, when's the last time he fired the guitar up? A while. It's been a while. Why are you so interested in my demise? Bill says, freeze plugs on the block are meant to go so it don't crack the block. Right. If only water in there are frozen, it's bad. I've got 4 cars. The newest is an 03, LOL. I drive junkers. 3000 is about done. Exactly. And this is not it probably would have busted the freeze plug if the body froze, but it didn't. It just cracked. I thought was a radiator hose, but it might have been the water pump was weeping. You know, a water pump has the little hole in it, so when it starts going bad, it'll start weeping. I think that's what it was instead. I thought it was a radiator hose, but I guess it wasn't.
I thought I seen a pinhole in the radiator hose, though.
But even if it was that, I had a Ford that I drove for 10 years with a crack in the side of the block and water pour out the side of it. As long as I kept watering it, it ran fine. So it wasn't that caused it. If it was leaking water, it should have just leaked water. The fact that it died tells me that it was something dying to start with that started the problem, which is most likely the water pump or the timing chain. But yes, 3,000 miles is about done. That's about as far as you can expect to push a vehicle. So it was coming anyway. I mean, we practically stole that truck, so it paid for itself. I mean, I'm not out any money, and I'm not disappointed that it died. I'm just disappointed I don't have a way to go. That'll be remedied sooner or later. Debbie says every 6 months it goes in the shop for a once-over and has 70,000 miles on it. Well, that's why it still runs. 70,000 miles is not a lot of miles. And you take good care of it. But I promise you, when that 70 turns into 300, you will have put something in it. Something has got to be replaced. Nothing lasts for over 100,000 miles. Amber says, I miss my S10, not the F20. I hear you. What it is says AV6.
Not the F250.
F250. Oh, I love a F-250. It's pretty big, though. You need to have a construction job or something if you're going to maintain that vehicle. It's too big to just pal around in. S10's perfect. You can still pick the guitar, says Bill. I can.
And yeah, there ain't nothing wrong with the body, Bill.
Amber says, my Ford was a 4x4. My son loved it. Me, it was pointless. Junkyard motors are cheap if the body is nice, says Bill Bennett. Correct. And I'm looking at that. Judy says, hubby is a mechanic. He says it sounds like it may be junk. Maybe.
Yes.
If the water pump and timing chain or timing belt have the same belt, I don't know.
Yes, it's a serpentine belt. It's all the same.
Amber says, yay, y'all are putting peer pressure on Jake to play us a song. I mean, I can't sing, but I'll play you something. Amber says, a song. I swear, my screen is jumping, says Amber. Wouldn't be those edibles, would it? And Debbie says, don't jinx me, Jake. Right. I'm not trying to, honey. I'm just being realistic. Patty says, I had a 97 Jetta. I've driven that car for 24 years before buying a new Toyota Sienna van. Sienna. Nice. Hard to beat one of those old cars like that. And I used to have a Datsun B210s about the same way. Hard to beat them. They don't make them like that anymore, though. Amber says, I can't list the vehicles I've had. I've had a fair few myself.
I've had a handful, but mine usually last me a long time.
As do mine. What it is the lantana's whipping in the wind, and there ain't nothing wrong with the radio.
Antennas whipping in the wind.
Oh, antenna. Right? I certainly can't sing that song. Sometimes you run, sometimes you don't. More than once you left me on the side of the road. Horn don't blow and the wipers don't work, but there ain't nothing wrong with the radio. I said that backwards, but whatever. What it is dual antennas, that's right. Whipping in the wind.
Ain't a country station that you can't tune in.
Bill says, put a carbureted small block Chevy 350 in it. Ford tough with Chevy stuff.
Yeah.
Right?
I'm Chevy all the way.
And what it is I'm an old cowhand on the Rio Grande. I really don't give a muck. Right on. Yeah, I'm old school too there. I don't care either. If it gets me from A to B, I'm happy with it. Judy says, oops, wrong. He said timing chain is separate. Just looked it up. Serpentine belt runs everything but the timing chain. Timing belt.
Yeah, that runs off the crankshaft.
Leon, Jake style. He shall be Leon. Levon. He was a good man. He shall be Levon. I have learned it. I just can't sing it right now, honey. What it is was your Datsun B210. Was it a hatchback? I've had a hatchback. My white one had a trunk, but I've had a hatchback before. I love Datsun B210s. I wrote a song about it. That's how much I love it. They are great cars. You cannot kill them. I've tried. Believe me. My favorite Datsun B210 that I've owned, and I've owned like 4 or 5 of them, I bought from a group of teenagers sitting in the back of their house with a tarp over it when I saw it on blocks. And I went up and I asked him about it, and he sold it to me from the door of his house for $80. Done deal. No title. He told me that him and his friends had bought that together. They pitched in and bought it as a team, and they used it to run around in the woods and jump ditches and ram into trees and stuff. So it was that kind of car. I went down to the junkyard and got 4 tires and a battery, stopped on the way back at Ace Hardware and got 4 quarts of oil, and that's all I did to that car, and I drove it for 5 years. I had to push it off for the first year, and then I finally got a boat ignition and put in it. And I drove it with the door bungee corded on for the first year until I finally beat it out with a hammer and got it where I could shut it again. A little bit of gray spray paint. I love that car. Could not kill it. I'd love to have another one. I think they were all hatchbacks. Oh, no. Datsun B210, they had them with trunks. Debbie says, I have been looking at Deep Purple bug convertibles. It is tempting, but I never go anywhere except to the store, right? A Deep Purple convertible Volkswagen.
Yeah. I'm down.
And Patty says, that's it. You sound great. Thank you. I don't. That's about 3 octaves lower than it should be. And not in key. But I appreciate it. I promise you, if my voice ever comes back, I will sing it for you just as hard as I can. Believe me, I'm not singing because I don't want to. I miss it every day. Is that you?
No.
Get up and check the door, please. You could go to the store in style, says Judy. Bill Bennett says, 1980, I was 2 pounds, almost 3 months early. My dad rolled our B210 Datsun from an Aussie concert with my mama. It was Riley, me, and an incubator. Hell of a dad, LOL. I miss his ass. He rolled it that night. Oh, no. Well, I'm glad you were okay. Yeah, it's hard to kill a Datsun B210, but not impossible. Patty says, you sing that song how it should be sung, Jake. Style, not Elton style. Right. Thank you. I appreciate that. And I promise you, I did learn it, and I will sing it for you. I just cannot do it justice. Hold on 1 second. Somebody's here. I'll be back. And I'm back. See, that didn't take too long. Sorry about that. Always something. Amber says, speaking about rolling it, he be rolling. Amy says, my daughter was 3 pounds and 2 ounces, born at 31 and a half weeks, Bill. My husband went to the Indy 500 while I was with her at Riley. Wow. 31 and a half weeks. That's a little premature. Well, praise God they all came out alive and with all their fingers and toes. Apologize for jumping off of the stream real quick. Somebody was at my back door. That's not a normal occurrence around here. And when it is, it's usually bad news. But it's all good. That's all that matters. All right, what you guys want to talk about? Let's get after something. Except how lousy of a mechanic I am. It could be worse. I could be a unicycle rider. That would be really bad. Also painful. You ever tried that? Have you ever tried to get on a unicycle? It's not fun. What's up with Iran and oil being the world's gold? Well, obviously, oil makes power. Power makes power. That's why everybody's into it. And Iran has it. But the funny thing is so do we. That's what I don't understand. So do we. We have plenty of oil right here under our feet, enough to last for 1,000 years. Why we have to fight other countries for it, I don't know. But Iran, this particular thing that's happening right now is not about oil at all. It's actually about something else. It's a trickle-down problem. Ultimately, it's about Israel. But we're not going to get into that for the sake of not pissing somebody off. But if you go back a few steps, it's about Iran getting nuclear weapons. And we can't allow that to happen. And also, compounding to that, Iran has been under a dictatorship for quite some time. The Ayatollah Khomeini has been running that show like his own personal compound. And the people of Iran have been begging for help for decades. And nobody's given it to them. No president so far has had anything to do with Iran other than buying oil from the Ayatollah Khomeini. But this time around, Trump is like, you want help? Well, we'll just, take him off the face of the planet. So there it is. He's done. And now Iran, for the first time in decades, essentially is a free country if they can keep it. Right? Our democracy is a gift if you can keep it. Well, they have it. Let's see if they can keep it. See what they do with it. If they hurry up and elect somebody right now to run the place, they might have a chance. They need to have an election today, or appoint somebody until they can have an election, a stand-in, and then have an election immediately, because there's a power vacuum right now. Nobody's in charge. Some force is going to come in and take that country and take control. And you don't want that to happen to the wrong guy. So whoever it is that wants Iran to be happy and free, and the women to have rights and be able to drive cars and show their faces, they need to take over right now. Trump said, it's your country. Let's see what you do with it. So do something with it.
And he wants to be involved with selecting a new leader. He said that today.
Well, he should be. He's the guy that liberated them. Surely he could appoint somebody to run the place. Bill says, I can sit on the handlebars of a bike and ride backwards, but I cannot ride a unicycle. I can't do either one of those things. My whole life, Iran was 2 weeks away from a nuke. I'm on his side. I agree. Aaron, what's up, brother? Nice to see you.
Hamburger helper hand, Aaron.
Howdy.
It's a mighty big fish you have there, sir.
It is a big fish. Big. And if you tell your friends about it, you need to double the size of it. Do this with your hands. Say, I caught a fish this big. And then when they laugh at you, show them the picture. Debbie says, just like Palestine voted in Hamas, Australia voted in Hitler with promises of equal. Austria voted in Hitler with promises of equality and free stuff. Equity and free stuff. Like Mamdani in New York, same thing happened in Iran. They voted in their oppressor. Agreed. Aaron says, filet papano for dinner. Nice. I don't know what a papano is.
That would be the fish.
That's a big fish. I'm jealous, and I don't even fish. Bill says, yes, Debbie, history repeats. It does, and hopefully they can break the cycle now. They have an opportunity, if they do it right.
You don't fish or eat fish, silly.
I do eat fish. Sometimes. And Judy says, hey, Aaron. Amy says, my day just got 1,000 times better. Hi, Aaron. Nice. Heart. That's wonderful. Mine too. Just keeps getting better. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood, everybody. What happened, Amy, says Judy. Aaron showed up. Did you not see? Aaron says, mine is 3,000. I'm with you guys. What are we talking about? Yours is 3,000. You're what?
His day's 3,000 times better.
3,000 times better. Judy says, oh, Aaron. Aaron says, and I have free fish that normally cost $50 a pound. Right on. That's awesome. And you can eat on that sucker for a while. You ain't going to eat that in one go, are you?
I'll say he ain't got enough freezer to even hold that thing.
Better with Jake. Oh, thank you, buddy. Better with you, too. Nice to see you. Bill says, my understanding is that over half of Iran is on the Ayatollah side. Mr. Rogers, great day to be a neighbor. That may be so. I don't know enough about Iran to argue that point. I just know that there are people partying in the streets and praising Trump for his actions and making videos about it. I don't know if that equates to half the country or all the country. I just know that's what's being said. But I'm not from Iran, nor have I ever been there, nor do I know anybody that's ever been there. And I'm not even sure what color it is. So I would say that any news is good news as long as they don't have a nuclear weapon. Oh, you let him go? What? You let that big joker go? Come on now. Aaron says, I also called Pompano that I didn't take a picture of. Hold on, let me do it.
Yeah,
You also caught a Pompano. Got it.
he ain't got enough vehicle to tow the fish home that big.
Well, I would have strapped that joker to my back. I'd have drug him down the side of the road. What it is I drove a Datsun B210 as a 10-year-old kid around the neighborhood. It was a standard. It had louvers on the back hatch, honeycomb wheel covers, and dyed black sheep seat covers. It was pretty cool. Yep, I had one of those. Mine was called a Toyota Celica, but it had louvers and leather seats and graphics on the side, and it was really nice.
It was a 5-speed.
They're all standards. I don't think they make an automatic Datsun.
Yeah, they do. That was a Toyota, but yes, they do.
I ain't never seen one.
I have.
Okay, well, congratulations. I've never seen an automatic Datsun. B210 anyway. I have seen an automatic Toyota, but I've never seen an automatic Datsun. I'm sure they do make them. I just haven't ever seen one. But I can tell you what, if I ever get my hands on another one, it's coming home with me regardless. Because those cars, you just can't replace them. They're ugly. They're not pretty cars. But they will get you there. And keep right on driving. And to this day, I still occasionally reach for the gear shifter, even if I don't have one. Because I learned how to drive on a stick. What it is says, there's a reel that had Kamala Harris asked by the reporter, what should Iran do? And she said, don't they ask Biden the same question? And he said, don't do it. Then they asked Trump about that. And he said, I'm going to bomb the shit out of him. Right. Yeah, that's the difference between his leadership and their leadership. They hem-haw around and beat around the bush and play pin the tail on a donkey. Trump just says, I'm just going to bomb them. And they're going to do what I want and like it, period. That's why we voted for the guy. I don't necessarily agree with all these things that he's doing. It would never, unless I had intel that they were actually getting close to a nuclear weapon, I would have never bothered them. I don't think that is necessary. I think we should shut down our world leadership for a while and focus on America. I think we should close the borders and turn inward. That's what I would do. I'm not the president. And I did vote for that guy, so I've got to support his decisions until he does something that doesn't make any sense. And it does make sense. I don't like it, but it does make sense why he's doing things he's doing.
I'm going to say he must have had intel from somewhere for him to do what he did.
Yeah, that is a small portion of it, him knowing things that I don't know or have access to. But also on the world stage, it makes sense. You don't want Iran, who is known for funding terrorists, mostly with our money. You don't want them coming into that kind of power. So I understand why he's doing that. And I understand that Cuba is reaching out now wanting some help. They've been under a communist dictatorship for a long, long time. There was even an embargo on Cuba when Biden was in office. No, when Obama was in office. There was an embargo. You couldn't buy or sell anything from Cuba. It was illegal. If you got caught with Cuban cigars, for example, it was a felony. So I understand why he's going to do something in Cuba in the next couple of weeks. Write it down that I said so. It's going to happen.
Not only as Israel and the U.S. together, there's other people stepped in to help Israel and the U.S. against Iran.
Right. So it makes sense why that's happening. I don't like it, but that's what it is. Amber says, I've seen 3 automatic Datsuns. Cool. Like I said, I'm sure they make them. I just haven't ever seen one. Debbie says, Obama and Biden gave them cash. Trump don't play that. Right. I remember when they sent that plane full of 2 pallets of millions and millions of dollars, pallets of cash to Iran. We didn't even know where it was going or who it was going to. I'm sure Obama knew, but he didn't tell America. Pallets of cash. Why would you do that? Trump don't play that, and that's a good thing. I'm actually grateful that he don't play that, because at least we get to see what it's going to be like on this side of the fence for a while. And apparently the Republicans did very well in the primary, in the early voting part anyway. I think it's still going on, but they've secured quite a few seats. We got one here now.
We don't have to listen to Crockett no more.
Jasmine Crockett got sent back to the ghetto. They sent that in the middle of the night, the pallets of cash. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it was very suspicious behavior for our president. And I remember when Hillary Clinton started all this Russia nonsense. And just prior to that, she was going over there meeting with Putin face to face. She handed him a little reset button, you know, which he thought was ridiculous and basically humiliated her in front of the world. She handed him that button, thought he would laugh, and he's like, what the hell are you doing? You can't reset the world with a button. It's retarded. She saw it on a commercial and thought it was cute. That's why we shouldn't have a female president. That right there. That's a perfect example of why. And he didn't think it was cute at all. So I knew immediately that she was starting trouble when she started with the Russia nonsense, which is the biggest reason I voted for Trump back then. Amber says, and they tried to deny it for a long while. Yeah, but you can't deny it when you got video of it. Puppeteer, hello. Welcome back. Amber says, that was around the time several got left behind. And Judy says, hey, Puppeteer. What it is I'm in agreement with the same thing, Jake. Let's take care of home. It's long overdue. Let the people rest as far as our servicemen and women, and be like, if trouble comes, nip it the bud. That's right. Nip it in the bud. Yeah, I think we should shut the country down, close the borders, close off all communications, and just focus inward. That's what I would do. I'm not the president, though.
Hamburger. Sorry.
Go ahead.
Hamburger helper hand puppet.
Apparently, they really, really want to be on the world stage in our leadership. I don't know why. I don't think that has anything to do with us. Let the world run its own self into the ground. That's fine. We're the world superpower. The only way we're going to keep that is if we focus on it. And I don't know why they're not doing that. They're ruining Star Trek, too. It's the same reason. They cannot help themselves. Amber says, wow, Jake, you and one same page once again. Huh? You and I? That's a 1, but you mean you and I on the same page once again? That happens a lot when you listen to somebody for a while. For someone with seizures, my memory issues, I remember lots. You're doing a good job, Amber. I'm not sure what we're talking about. Unless we're talking about the plane flying off in the middle of the night. Still. But, or if you're talking about shutting America down and looking inward. Yeah, that's what I think we ought to do. And I think that we ought to stop sending money to every other country and put that money first into our infrastructure and get the roads and the bridges and everything back up to speed and then start spending that money on the people that gave it to them in the first place, considering that taxes was never supposed to be a thing in the first place. It was only instituted to help fund a war, and then they never gave that freedom back. Our country was designed to run 100% on tariffs. That's the way it was designed originally, for the whole thing to be funded by tariffs. It hadn't done that since the war, the big war. Amber says, good evening, friends that just got here. Hamburger over hands. What do you think? What do you think we ought to do? Pardon me? Oh, Lord have mercy. Hello? Where's everybody at, Amanda?
I'm here.
What do you think we ought to do?
I think we should shut the country down and fix us, and then worry about other people. But
What do you think it would take to make that happen?
it'd take quite a bit of stuff, but it can't be done, because if we shut us down, then everything shuts down.
Everything like what?
Everything, just about everything. We got stuff coming in from other countries, stuff going out to other countries. If we shut us down, then we can't put anything out. We can't bring anything in.
Well,
That's like if all the truck drivers quit running their loads, then we'd be screwed.
that's a fact. It would take 1 week to bring the country to its knees.
Yeah.
1 week. And I'm talking just truck drivers. That's it. The reason we haven't been invaded, the reason that other countries haven't come here to start a problem and never will, is because we're armed.
Oh, yeah.
And there are more guns in this country than there are people. And they all know it. And they have an image of us. And they think that behind every blade of grass is somebody with a gun. And they know they wouldn't get 10 feet into the border with an invading army before everybody would attack them. That's the reason they haven't done it. And that's the reason why wars happen in other countries, not this one. But they're trying as hard as they can to take that right away from you. And if you allow it to happen, if you allow them to talk you into giving up your gun rights, it won't be long and we won't be this country anymore. There's that. But then there's also the other thing, the more subversive things that they're doing, trying to change people, trying to change the nuclear family, and trying to change the dynamics of relationships. And the welfare system incentivizes women to not be in long-term relationships and things like that. Punishes them if they are. It's not a good thing that's happening to our country. What we need is a cabinet full of America First people with that in mind, which I think we got a pretty good cabinet now, but it's only going to last a couple more years. And if they don't stack the deck right now with their replacements, that'll be the end of it. Democrats will come back in, and Bob's your uncle. That's the end of that. No more Trump candidates. No more MAGA movement. So how do you fix that? The only thing I know to do is start grooming the replacements now. Start picking J.D. Vance to be the next president or whoever it's going to be, and start teaching that guy how to function for America first.
Oh, it's definitely going to be JD.
It might be. It might be Marco Rubio.
Nah.
Which I think he's too short. I don't think he can be president. If you think I'm wrong, I will defer you to 10,000 years of science. You don't pick the short guy to run the country. It's not going to happen. Not in a million years. That's why as soon as DeSantis came out, he was doing good, and then somebody took a picture of his elevator shoes. Nosedive. Go look at the record. You don't pick the short guy to run the country. So I don't think Marco Rubio will be it, but I think they'll try him. I guarantee you can write it down that I said so. He's going to run. He may not win, but he's going to run. Somebody is going to put his name out there because he is a smart guy. And I think J.D. Vance is going to run, and there's I think the guy in California is going to run. What's his name? You know what I'm talking about. Smarmy
yes.
guy. Complete blank. I can't think of his
I
name.
can't think of his name either.
The guy with the Cheshire Cat grin. And I think Kamala Harris is entertaining the idea of running again. That won't last long when she realizes that nobody ever voted for her in the first place. And I think Hillary Clinton's going to run her hat in the ring again. So write that down. I think these things are coming. We cannot let that happen because that's just taking a step backwards and going right back into the thing that got us where we are at now today. Newsom, that's it. Thank you, Debbie.
Newsom.
Gavin Newsom.
New scum.
Yeah, Gavin Newsom's going to run. Judy says, America first. That's right. What it is, yeah, man, if I had me a Datsun B210, I'd go to the grocery store and buy me a big tub of cottage cheese, large curd especially. I meant to say Amanda in that last comment.
Ugh. It's gross.
I think what it is like pushing buttons.
He does.
Why can't we help these people in different countries learn to grow their own food and be independent? Well, because that would require us to not want them to pay us. As long as we keep them dependent, they have to ask us for help, and we get all their money. That's what's happening. That's the same reason, that's the opposite of the same reason that you can't cure homelessness with that same philosophy. You know, teach a man to fish. They're homeless because they want to be. You can't spend them out of homelessness. There's not enough money. And have clean water and possible septic systems to clean up the mess to be used possibly as fertilizer and so on. Yeah, well, just ask yourself that question. Just ask yourself how hard it is to dig a well. And note that philanthropists go over to those third world countries all the time and dig a well and set up a well. There's a company here that does that. They go over there and dig a well for free. They'll come back here and raise money, and then they'll go over there and dig a well. How hard is it to dig a well? You don't think they figured that out? You don't think there's anybody in that country that knows how to sink a hose into the ground and dig a well? I mean, I've got a Bible that says they were doing it back in the days of Abraham. They knew how to do it then. There's more going on. These people are dependent for a reason. It's not cut and dried. It's not the easy answer, right? The easy answer is, well, why don't we just give them homes? Well, because they'd ruin it.
Mm-hmm.
They don't want homes, or else they'd have one. That's what it is. It's uncomfortable. It's the thing that most people don't like to say. Makes you sound like an asshole, but it's the truth. The truth is, they're that way because they want to be. Look at Venezuela. You go over to Venezuela right now, and it looks like a hellhole. There's nothing on the grocery store shelves. Everybody's living in squalor. You can't find a roll of toilet paper. It's miserable. 20 years ago, that was the richest country, one of the 3 richest countries in the world. Maybe 30 years ago. How did that happen? They chose it. They made decisions that led them into that situation. The same thing is happening here. They chose it. In New York, they chose Mandami. They voted him in. He won fair and square. And they're going to suffer the consequences for it because they do not learn from reality. They live in a false reality. The rules do not apply to them. So they think.
I saw a video the other day of people that have been homeless for like 2 years. They finally got assistance and got housing and got moved into an apartment. All they could do was complain about the apartment. Oh, this is too small, and I got to keep it clean now, and we got to do this and we got to do that. And I'm like, really, you ungrateful ass people.
And in 2 weeks or 3 weeks, that place will be trashed and they'll be out on the street.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's the way it is. I've seen people build small homes for homeless people. Give it to them on a piece of property and everything. They're not there now. 3 weeks, they're out. Before they turned it into their own private trash heap. Patty says Gavin don't have a chance, you think? I think he thinks he does. What it is says charity starts at home, is what my wife said. I think it should be told that your takes care of Europe and their problems, and it includes that those continents over there in Asia take care of itself. I think it should be said that everybody should take care of themselves, and our charity starts with us. I think that's what you're saying. And Judy says, right, Debbie? You beat me to it. I was going to say that. Newsome. His hair is too important, says Patty.
Right.
I agree with you, but I think he thinks he has a shot. And I think the Democrats think he has a shot. They're gearing up to run him right now. Everything he's been doing is textbook what you do to prepare to run for president.
Yeah, he's not going to make it, though.
Well, that first run of primaries, when you start doing the caucuses, that's when it weeds out a lot of the riffraff. There'll be 20 people running for president, and then we get to the Iowa caucus, and it'll cut that number in half. And every caucus after that will weed them out. Because then you have to actually answer questions, and they can't do all that.
Newsom can't even read.
And you have to keep it together that whole time. You can't go off the rails. And I don't think any of them can do that. They're all screwed up. Trump was a force of nature. I've never seen anything like it. That man hit city after city after city after city after city after city. He never stopped. The night of the election, the night they were taking votes, he was in a city at midnight and then flew to another city for a 2 a.m. rally. Hillary Clinton was at home resting. She did 4 or 5 rallies that month. He did 4 or 5 that day. You know, I've never seen anything like it. Nobody worked harder than Trump did to win. He deserved winning, and he got his prize. I will say that up front. I don't care what anybody thinks about the guy. You cannot show me a metric that shows where anybody outworked him. They didn't.
Especially at his age.
At his age, too, yeah. And he's 10 times the candidate any of those people are. He did more often, and was in front of the camera more often than any other candidate. And he's been that way during his presidency, too. He's been on TV almost every day since he's been in office. Almost every day.
Well, even his staffers are telling him he's got to slow down. They can't keep up with him.
Yeah. There's a whole group of people whose job it is to keep up with the president, and has been for many, many years, can't keep up with him. It's amazing. And it seems like he gets younger as the days go by. Every other person that's ever been in office in 4 years, they look 20 years older. Gray hair and wrinkles, and it just sucks the life right out of you. He looks better than he did when he went in. So he just rolls off his back. What it is says, how do you fix that? You get rid of the voting machines where things can't be cheated on when voting, and everybody has to show an ID, or they do not get to vote, and they are an American citizen, and that's a beginning. Yeah, I agree with that, 100%. I think we should go to paper ballots and a 1-day count. We used to do it that way. Every other country still does it that way. We need to go back to doing it that way. Paper ballots, None of this hanging Chad nonsense. Just a check yes or no, and then count those votes that day. There should be a national holiday, voting day. You should be able to get off work, go vote. One day. One day vote, one day count. Then you call who the president is. That's how you do it. Judy says, right what it is. What it is says, look at Napoleon. He had power for a little while. For a little guy. He wasn't as little as history repeats him to be. He was 5'5". That's not unusually small. It is average height. He was a shorter guy. Also, look at the place he holds in history. Debbie says Venezuela voted their oppressor in because they were promised equity and free stuff. Democratic socialism, to be exact. Yes, the same thing the Green New Deal is promising with AOC and Kamala, Cackling Camelot, Hillary Clinton, that whole bunch. They're promising the same thing. That's Venezuela is our future. You want to know what we'll be? If we vote in those people, we'll be Venezuela. It's a good snapshot of where that system gets you. It always overpromises, and it always ends in starvation and genocide. Always. No exceptions. It's never worked because it's a terrible system. In fact, the only person it works for is the guy who's doing it. Everybody else is left in the cold. That guy gets rich, but we don't want that guy to get rich if we can't get rich with him. What it is why bring him into the picture, Jake? We don't need no California to be out here for president. Don't put it out there. Please don't give nobody any ideas. Well, unfortunately, it's not me doing so. I'm just repeating it. The idea's been out there for a while. He is running. Write it down. It won't be because I talked him up. He is running. Hopefully we'll nip it in the bud pretty quickly, though. Hopefully he won't even make it to the primaries. Aaron says, it's a nice night sitting outside, grilling some fish with Leo, enjoying the stars. Blessed to be healthy and alive. Amen, brother. I'm glad that you feel that way.
I seen Leo had fun at the dog water park. That's what he needs to calm his little butt down. He won't tear your house up so bad and be such a little baby kid.
What it is says, and have all those damn fire hydrants shut down because of some kind of money situation. That was just plumb stupid ass stuff. Are you talking about in California? Oh no.
That was to protect the fish.
There was two things happening. Number one, they were trying to protect the little fish. I can't remember what it's called, but it's an equally dumb name for a little fish that they could just move. And number two, they were trying to elect a lesbian fire department captain. And they did. And they put all their money into her campaign. And they neglected the fire district to do so. There was two things going on there. Both of those things are not good for the city. All of their reservoirs were empty now.
They're empty now.
Here's the thing you don't know. And you can go back and look in the record. I don't remember exactly when this happened. It was during his first term at some point. But Trump had all of their reservoirs filled for them. He paid for it somehow. I don't know how he did it. You can go look at the record. He filled up every one of them. They're all full. Where did the water go? They turned it out into the sea because it came from Trump. They emptied their own reservoirs. Now ask yourself why they would do that. You want to talk about being caught by an ideology? Absolutely. Bill Bennett says, good night, guys. I love you all. Prayers, Bill. Thank you for being here, brother. Have a good night. Patty says, his affiliation with Pelosi done him in. Who? Are you talking about Newsom? Is Newsom affiliated with Nancy Pelosi?
Mm-hmm.
I guess I haven't heard this one. Or I'm not sure what we're talking about. What it is says, good night, Bill.
Night, Bill.
Patty says, good night, Mr. Bill. Judy says, bye, Bill. Patty says, agreed. Amber says, have a good rest, Bill. Prayers and smiley faces. Explain what's going on with Pelosi and Newsom, Patty. I don't know that story. Smelt. That's what it is, Debbie. Thank you.
Yes, and little fish.
Little fish. Smelts. I told you it was a dumb name for a fish. He who smelt it, dealt it. Aaron says, Leo has been well behaved, and he did really good at the dog park. Nice. Amy says, I can't wait to go with you and Leo to the beach, Aaron. Oh,
Yeah, that's what he needs is to get some of that energy out.
that's right. Get some running in.
And that's Tribble's problem. If we don't put her out during the day and let her run on that lead, man, she's a little terror at night.
Amy says, the video, Leo looked tuckered out. Aaron says, we have lots of them, Amy.
Oh, yeah. You going to Florida ain't nothing but beaches.
On both sides.
Bring plenty of sunscreen.
There's literally a beach on both sides of you,
You
no matter
can't-
where you're at.
You can't go 20 miles in any direction without touching water in Florida.
That's a fact. I think the whole state's only about 100 miles across.
Something like that. But you can't go anywhere. It don't matter. You going north, south, east, or west. 20 miles, you're going to run into a body of water.
What it is says, hell, they both live in California. That's guilt by association, right? Aaron says, I had a Karen there, though.
Oh, yeah?
You had a Karen there?
At the water park, somebody griping about his dog.
Oh. Karen, got it. Yeah, you'll have that. Aaron says, facts. Yeah, you'll have that. People can't stop. They can't help themselves but show with their butts. There's a lot of that going on. Yep, I'm not far behind you there, Mr. Bill. It's almost 10 o'clock, and I got to get up early in the morning, so got to get a lot of work done. Hey, everybody, like, subscribe, share, support, join, and if you can, I appreciate that. You can do that by going to these places. Yep, one of those. Thank you very much. Amy says you'll get a Karen anywhere. That's true. Just about anywhere these days, there's somebody gonna nag and gripe about something. People just don't understand how good they have it. We live in the most prolific time in history, with the most access to knowledge, with the most placated civilization, the most polite society, the most safe environment, the most comfortable living arrangements, the most money ever made. On every metric, we're the most of any time in history. There should not be any reason to complain ever, and yet everyone does. And I'll tell you why they do, because they don't have anything to define them. Every decade in the last 100 years, there has been a thing that defined that generation. And there isn't one for this one, so they had to make one up. Every generation needs to believe in something and stand for something. And when you don't have anything, you will explode. I think people will actually explode. Like, pfft. So they had to quickly invent something. DEI, woke, Black Lives Matter, whatever it was. They invented all that. None of that was an issue. Think about it. Like I've said 1,000 times on this platform and others, in 1985, the top 5 artists in the world were all black. And everybody loved them. America's dad was Bill Cosby for white people. Where did that go? White people started dating black people, and then white guys started dressing like black guys, and we called them wiggers. Do you guys remember that? That was a real thing. It happened. Where did all that go? Enter Obama. He started fanning the flames of the race riots. Why? Because dividing people makes money. That's why. Everything in your society has been done to you on purpose to make money, not for you, but on you. You don't get any of that benefit. They do. We live in two societies, the elite and everybody else. The elite are using us like pawns on a chessboard to make money for themselves. And when you have a divided country, you can make them do almost anything. It's very easy to suggest an idea when people are panicking and have them do it. Very easy. Tell a lie long enough and often enough, it becomes the truth. This is the world you live in. There's only one person that can change it. You. You have to stand up and say, all right, I'm done with the bullshit. Enough. From this day forward, we're not doing bullshit anymore. If you're going to talk to me in reality terms. I'll do the same for you. We're not playing the games anymore. That is the only thing that will change it. Nothing else will. And what it is says, control freaks. Oh, yeah. Aaron says, yep, I wake away. What it is says, I'm catching out. Good night, y'all. Are you leaving? What are you leaving for? It's just starting to get good. Have a good night, brother. We'll see you next time.
Not what it is.
Patty says, Pelosi and Newsom. Pelosi is Newsom's aunt by marriage to Newsom's uncle. Really? I didn't know that. Yeah, I'd say that's a problem and a conflict of interest. Amy says, darn it, I finally get to talk and chat, and y'all are leaving. I see how it is. I ain't going yet. Talk. I'll hang out if you got something to say. And Judy says, by what it is. And Debbie says, racism was non-existent, and Obama resurrected it. It was almost non-existent. It was a joke. It still existed, but it was a joke, and everybody was laughing at it, which is the way you handle it. If you don't believe me, just go back and watch any comedy special from 1980s. Go watch Raw or Delirious by Eddie Murphy and look at how he handled it. Look at how he talked about it. Look at how they joked with each other about it.
Or Cat Williams.
Cat Williams, listen to him. Listen to Bill Cosby. Listen to Richard Pryor. Any of them. And you'll see they couldn't say those things today because of people clutching their pearls. And they were right. They were right. This is how you defeat racism. You laugh at its face. You take the power away from it by not giving it any power. And that's it. And they almost did it. Thank God Obama came along and saved us from losing racism. What a legacy. Patty says, it's not good. No. Amy says, racism has always existed. Yeah, it exists, but it doesn't mean anything. There's only a small group of people that are idiots. The racism, I'm going to say something very controversial here, so if you have sensitivities on this issue, cover your ears. The racism that exists today does not exist. The boogeyman isn't real. Period. People are hyped up and excited about something that does not occur. There is real racism, and it's seedy, it's an underbelly, it is almost never seen in daylight, and it affects people on a private level when they're not paying attention to the rest of the world. It hurts deep down. It's real. It's a real thing that some people hate other people. It is not the mainstream way that people think. 90% of the world don't think that way. 99% of the world don't think that way. Here's what they're calling racism. There is a difference between peoples. There are different kinds of people in the world. There are different tribes of people, and there are different groups of people, and there are different types of people. There are mild-mannered people, and there are aggressive people. There are excitable people and docile people. There are rich people and poor people, smart people and dumb people. There's all kinds of people. And it is natural and normal to not want to get in a situation where those two different kinds of people are face to face. That's called tribalism. And that is very normal. That's how people stay alive, to favor being with their own type of person. It's an enthusiasm. It is not a racism. Nobody hates you because of the color of your skin. And if they do, they're morons, because color has no intrinsic value. It's just a color. Doesn't mean anything. I've known many great people, both black and white. Being a great person is not intrinsic to the color of their skin. So why do we spend so much time talking about that if that ain't the problem? But the problem is talking about it, not the thing itself. I promise you, with everything I know to be true, that if everybody stopped talking about it, it would vanish. Never exist. The reason it's here is because we talk about it. So talking about it is the problem. Correct me if I'm wrong. Amber says, what it is, I didn't see your question. Did you ask one? No. That's why you didn't see it. Were you expecting a question? Debbie says, that's what I mean, Jake. My brain said almost, but my fingers did not type. I hear you. No, I get what you're saying. You are absolutely correct. Patty says, have Amanda look up the connection. I will. Amy says, white liberal women are racists. I think you're right. Some black people are racist against white people. Yeah. But they're made to be that way. It's not a genuine feeling, though. It is a tribal feeling. It's pushed on people to feel that way. They're taught to feel that way. It's not a genuine feeling. Amanda says, Gavin Newsom and Nancy Pelosi are longtime California political allies with a historic, distant familial connection via marriage. Specifically, Newsom's aunt, Barbara, was once married to Pelosi's brother-in-law, Ron. He would be a Ron, wouldn't he? Making them connected by marriage until a divorce when Newsom was 10 years old. They have since forged a strong political alliance. Historical familial link. The families became connected in 1956 when Ron Pelosi married Barbara Newsom, aunt to Gavin. And now I know. And knowing is half the battle. And that's it for the news. I'm done. If I'm wrong, say I'm wrong. Show me the error of my way. Or hear what I'm saying and think about it, because that's all I ever ask of you is to just think. Just get that gray matter moving a little and think, how did it come to this? Why are we doing this in the year of our Lord 2026? What is going on with the world outside? Why are people acting the way they act? Why are people suddenly awful everywhere? And why does liberal women seem to lose their freaking mind and cause all of this stuff? How does that even happen? Why does that happen? What's the root of it? The answer will surprise you. And I know you can see it. Maybe you don't want to see it. Maybe you don't want to look. The answer's right there, right in front of you. All you have to do is see it. And I'll leave you with that. Think about it. I love each and every one of you. Debbie says racism today is because some people lack accountability and they need a reason as to why they don't have what they want. The thought of working hard never occurs to them. Also true, yes. Amanda?
Niners all. See you tomorrow night at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time right here on Untethered Live for Politi-Tics.
Politi-Tics, where this conversation belongs.
All right.
I love you guys. Thank you so much for listening to my crazy ramblings and putting up with me for tonight. And that's right, Amy. They need Jesus, and that is the answer. Have a great night. I love each and every one of you from the bottom of my heart. I do. Aaron, enjoy that fish. I'll see you guys on the flip side. Peace.
Good night, y'all.
Thanks for watching.